Hey, how's it going? I got 4 AA flashlights in front of me. These all take a single battery. What's the best one on the market? I'm going to tell you right now, there is no best one. But I could have probably filled this entire table up with AA flashlights that are on the market. Single ones anyways. And which I'm not going to do. I don't have nowhere near that kind of patience or money. But so I just picked out some that have a little bit different options on them and whatnot. So I'm going to end up trying to really rush through this and compare these, and then I'm going to have, just like with metal detectors, tested on my point system. Started off, I am going to use fresh alkaline Rayovacs in each one of them. So we'll get started real quick. The Coast, which you can pick up at Walmart, I believe for $17. That is a zoomable. It's only one mode, and I think they rate it at 130 lumens. Now, then the next up is a Bushnell, and I do believe that one is called the TRKR, and you pick that up at Walmart for $19. And that has 3 modes: a light, regular white light, a red light, and then a UV light. 140 lumen for the white light or the LED, and then next up is the Thrunite, and that is the there's so many of them I don't even know what they're called, 2AV2, and that one actually I do believe paid $44 for it. But one thing with it is you get that extension to turn it into a AA flashlight, and I don't have the clip on that. I just throw it on right now. You know, it comes with a clip, comes with a holster. Actually, the holster's only good for the single AA though, and some spare parts. But $44, it's by far the most expensive one in here. And that has 3 modes, and then a turbo mode on top of it, and a Firefly, where if you just hold it on for a second, I mean, you get the Firefly with battery runtime's incredible on the lower modes. But and then this here is a cheap $5 Cree from eBay Zoomable, and I don't really know much about it, what the rating is or anything, but I'm throwing that in. So we're gonna hurry up and try to move along here. But them are the 4 lights I'm testing, and I'm gonna leave the Thrunite, of course, as 1 AA because that's ultimately what I was looking for. And I have a scale right here if you're wondering what that was to set on. Start out with the little $5 flashlight, and I can't read it from there. That weighs 2.6 ounces. Coast, that's actually 2.4 ounces. Very light flashlight, but you can kind of, I would say, as far as build wise, that's where I'm saying it's lacking a little bit. But does it hurt anything? I don't know. It does have a lifetime warranty, which is pretty awesome. Now the Bushnell, the heavyweight, you can tell just by picking up its heaviest. That's 3.3 ounces. And the Thrunite with the single LED battery mode is 2.8 ounces. Now all these had the batteries in them and they're ready to go. So the 5-point system that I was going to use on these is max of 5 points for build, max of 5 for the throw, max of 5 for spill, and then max of 5 for battery life, max of 5 for the price, and then max of 5 for versatility. Other than going out and doing shots, I'll hold it up against the wall, and then you can see 2 foot length what the beam looks like, and then we're going to head outside and start doing what we really bought these for. All right, here's your beam patterns. This one on the left here is that cheap $5 one. You know, of course, focused. And then next one to the left here is the Bushnell. And then the Coast, the third one pointing out, which isn't real direct. And then the Thrunite, it's a beam pattern. That's what it's looking like at about 2 feet away from a white wall. Alright, I got my camera set up so the aperture won't open and shut when I'm turning the lights on and off, so it'll be as close to the human eye as possible. And there you're looking at the moon. And I'm going to turn I got a Thrunite TN12 here. And the first target's going to be the road right in front of me here. And that's probably about 70 feet away. And then next one will be this tree, which is about, I'd say it's got to be a good about 180 feet away. And that tree down there, you're talking probably, I don't know, a little over 100, about 100 yards, maybe 120 yards away. And I'd say that's by far the, farthest we're going to punch out with them. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started with these flashlights. First up is the little $5 zoomable one. Zoomed all the way out. There's in, or that's all the way out. And then in. Next up is the Coast. That's as tight a beam as you can get at the road, 70 feet. And there's the Bushnell at 70 feet. And there's the Thrunite at 70 feet. Now there's that first tree out there with the Thrunite on turbo mode. And here's the Bushnell with that first tree. Next up is the Coast, which doesn't seem to be reaching it too well. Barely lights it up, the 130 lumen Coast. Last but not least, the $5 little Cree. Tight pattern, it's hitting the tree, but no spill whatsoever. But you can see the tree. And now this is the $5 Cree at that tree that's about 120 plus yards away. Can barely make it out, but it is punching out that far. Here's the Coast on that same tree. Human eye, it is lighting it up a little. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it is lighting it up a little bit. In the Bushnell, actually not doing too bad of a job lighting that tree up over 120 yards away. Pretty good. And now the Thrunite on turbo. That's that tree a little over 120 yards away. A little bit more spill than a Bushnell, but got one heck of a lot of light punching out. It is lighting that tree up. Now when I go do the time-lapse test for runtime on the batteries, on my left here is the Thrunite Neutron, and I have it on high, not on turbo, because that's what I'm going to run with it on that battery test. And then on the right is the Bushnell, and then the Neutron, just on high. And you look a little closer here, they're fairly comparable. Bushnell's got a tighter beam than the Thrunite, with the Thrunite on high. But of course, I mean, you got a lot of spill and flood, so with these little lights, you're not really looking for a thrower, but actually Bushnell does a pretty good job with just spill and a beam. And then the Thrunite. Now, put the Thrunite on the turbo mode. It starts punching out there. But anyways, I wanted to bring that up. So it's coming down to the Bushnell and the Thrunite. Thrunite on right there is actually turbo. Sometimes it's hard to get on turbo. And then the Bushnell on high. This will give you a little better idea with the tree that's closer. Here's the Thrunite on turbo, and then the Bushnell on turbo. Like I said, that spill, it gives a lot more light, and it's more of a, not as focused. Lights that whole tree up on the Thrunite, and then the Bushnell. So let's head in and do our test on battery life. Alright, I got everything set up with the Bushnell here, the Coast, the Thrunite, and then a cheap Cree. And I have a clock sitting right here. and I'm going to run a time lapse and see which one lasts the longest and roughly how long each one does last. The Thrunite is the only one with the different modes, but I'm going to run that on high versus the turbo mode, and all the other ones will just be turned on. So let me go ahead and get set up. I'm going to run the aperture steady so we can watch the light dim. Alright, so there you are. You've seen the beam shots and everything else along with the time lapse of the battery life. To cut to the chase, I have my 5-point system on here, and be honest with you, I can't go by that because pretty much all of them are within 2 points each other, because some are better than the others. The Cree build quality on that Cree, I put it at a 0 mainly because I got 2 flashlights here and you just don't know what you're getting for beam shots and stuff like that. And this one here might not do it now, but it flickers a lot. And for $5, you know, what can you say? You can buy 8 or 9 of them for the price of that Thrunite. But anyways, Thrunite is just wicked for throw and spill, and that video don't even do justice. Batteries is not the greatest. Price wise, of course, it's a very expensive flashlight. Features, I rated that at a 5. So the Coast, to be honest with you, is just across the board pretty awesome basic flashlight. Great. Bushnell, it has its purpose for hunters and outdoorsmen. You have that red light and the UV light and whatnot. It comes in very handy. It's got a real good throw for such a single AA flashlight. And the Cree, yeah, you just trust me, you're gonna get what you pay for on them. But you can buy a lot of them and leave them lay around, and you don't ever see the bulbs burning out on them. But you have problems with the switches. There we go, it's doing it now. Look at that. But sometimes they work great, sometimes they don't. So say if you bought 5 of them, one works stellar, that's $20 and you still got 4 per parts. But anyways, I can't really go by this too much. So what I'm going to do is for sure power and build with the features, I'd have to say you got to go with a Thrunite. I mean, they're expensive for a reason. Tail stand great. There's different modes. Keep in mind, none of these other ones have this all the way down to the Firefly, and use it as whatever, candle or whatever you want. I'm sure it would last all night long, even on a second mode. And even 58 minutes on high with the rechargeable battery ain't too bad. Alkalines, it flopped. You've seen that. It was bright, but it kept flashing. It was kicking out. Basically, his current drop was kicking it out, so I had to stop it. And what I think it ended up being like 15 minutes on one battery and 26 on the other before it started kicking. But then you throw the rechargeables in, I got 58 out of it. But very, very bright light, and you got your options of turning it into a two double A's, and makes it even that much better. So of course, is it that much better than the other ones? To be honest with you, that Coast light, I'm actually in love with it. Clip it on the bill of your hat, the way that's set up with the clip. Tail stand's good. It zooms in and out, beautiful, and this is the kind of flashlight I stick in my mouth when I'm working on cars or doing something. And it's it's what you would want a single AA flashlight to be. And it's got plenty of brightness and whatnot, so I'm impressed with it. Plus it's a lifetime warranty. It doesn't seem to be quite as built as good as the Thrunite, but with a lifetime warranty, you can't complain. And not much else to say about that, and Bushnell and that, so you'd have to decide what you'd think would be the best or what a person would have, but I'm telling you right now, you want a wicked bright AA flashlight, Thrunite is not gonna let you down at all. The thing will not let you down. So there you go, AA flashlight review. And as far as this is fucking retarded. Holy fucking shit. I'm gonna kill him. Keep trying to pause this damn video and start over because I keep messing up talking. I'm just gonna go ahead and whatever comes out of my mouth I'm putting on the internet. Once I did that, you know what, I'm gonna have to start the fucking video over, and that way I can hurry this along. If I wrote it down somewhere, I don't remember. What the fuck? Alright, I really got it. You guys, quit hollering out there. I'm trying to tape quick. You know, this say those United States, yeah, whatever that is, I'm a heel off wood. They snow leaders and how that.